best hour of GottaGetBlogging.com, and I'm joined by co-host Ben Reed
from OrlandoWaterhole.com.
My favorite podcast.
Oh, well, thank you.
So we've got an exciting show today. We've got one of the nation's top fashion bloggers in the house. I spent hours debating on what to wear for her. Whenever I see Jay, I get nervous about it. I get nervous. So anyway, we're glad you're here. We're going to be talking about affiliate marketing as well as some other blog tips for you.
But before we get there, Bess, you had some fun recently at a blogging event, didn't you?
I did. I went to Ford had a blogging event, and it was kind of neat. We got to see some of the new models, the new Mustang, the new Ford F-150, which my husband is salivating over. But they did something kind of fun. They had goggles, earphones, like elbow
goggles?
Pads. No, well, they were kind of distortion goggles. They were the drunk suit. Basically, the drunk suit is what I call it. I'm sure they don't call it that. But so you're like masked up, and they put elbow things and knees on you. I'm sure if you fall down, you're protected.
Yep.
But the idea is that to let you see while you're sober how impaired you are if you've been drinking. So they had two versions. They had the tipsy version and then the drunk version. And they try and get you to walk the line. And I think we've got some video of it. And I make a horrible drunk. Let me just put it that way. So
I've got to see this.
It's just a great reminder to always have a designated driver and to drink responsibly. So it was a good reminder. So thanks Ford for that. And yes, I have embarrassing pictures out there. So we'll put them up a little bit later.
Excellent, excellent. Well, on every show, Bess, we have the question of the show. And the question for today's show, I'd like to know from you, what is one of your best tips at increasing your blog's traffic?
I mean, past normal SEO, optimized, all of that. Okay, so best tips for increasing your blog's traffic. Well, you know, with Florida Swim Network, my second blog. I have Gotta Get Blogging, but then I also have Florida Swim Network, and we actually had to switch tactics because our audience is younger. We cater to competitive swimmers, so they're like teenager to 25 years old. And we found when Facebook used to be one of our #1 drivers, it no longer is. Why? Because everybody's grandmother is on Facebook now, so the teenagers don't want to be on there as much. So we've actually had to switch to Instagram. Of course, the challenge with Instagram is that there's no clickable links. So we've had to change the way we post that on Instagram. So we'll put, we'll put a great cool graphic image, and then we'll put the caption, and then we always say see more at floridaswimnetwork.com, which does two things, the brand recognition, but also we always tweet our Instagrams, and so we usually get the click that way. So I would have to say Instagram is our new way, at least for Florida Swim Network, to increase some traffic. What about you? What's your #1 tip?
I would always say when I was starting out to take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. There was a group of travel bloggers that I participated in way back then, and we all had this agreement that when it was roundups, you can nominate 5 other bloggers, and,
right.
And at first it kind of seems silly that we're doing these little fun gamey things. But what happens is you start to build relationships with those bloggers beyond just the written word, so that when you really need their help for something later on, you have a personal connection. You're not reaching out to a stranger. So all of those guest posts on other blogs, and people want to post on yours, and those roundups, and all those just little things that kind of take away maybe from what you typically would write about, in the long term, they really help in getting more people on your side when you want to increase that traffic and just build that audience. So,
and people can find those on Facebook. There's oftentimes blogging groups. There's probably a blogging association in your state. So where did you find some of yours?
It started with a travel blog group that I was a part of. They had a separate website out of Facebook, and then we kind of went back and forth into Facebook and so on. But also Gotta Get Blogging has great communities where you can find some people to connect with too.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to check out GottaGetBlogging.com, they're the ones that actually produce this show, so thank you to them. And if you don't find an association, I happen to find local associations kind of nice, because if you blog in Virginia, they've got the virginiabloggers.com, which is a great association. It makes it so you can actually sit down and have coffee with a blogger to meet them face to face, and that can make a huge difference.
Yeah,
sometimes that virtual isn't quite as personal as sitting down. So don't be afraid to start one in your area. If you don't have an association, be the first to start it. Set up a Facebook group, and you'll be surprised what happens.
Well, we'd like to know, what are some of your tips for increasing your blog's traffic? So if you've got a great tip that you want to share, you can tweet us to @BlogTalkTV.
Yeah, absolutely. We're on Twitter, so we look forward to seeing some of your tips.
But today's topic, we've got Jeanette Scott coming over, and we're talking about monetization. And so to get us ready for that, we've got Christy Cronin of Saving Said Simply.
Love Christy.
And she's got some advice on how to do a sponsored post.
Yeah, she does. She sat down with us and talked, and she gave all sorts of advice about how she first got into doing a sponsored post. So let's take a look.
So I'm Christy Cronin, and I blog over at Saving Said Simply. It's actually an Asian mommy blog where I am now in my 3rd year of blogging. Oh my goodness, which makes me feel old, but really it's not. To be honest, the first sponsored post I can actually remember was for Mom Central. And it was for Radio Shack. I did a application out of desperation, and basically put the craziest idea out that I was going to go undercover and purchase a Blu-ray player for my husband for Christmas, but it had to be a covert operation I brought my son for. And we went out and we kind of ninja-like went to Radio Shack and purchased it and then hid it in the closet, and that was my first post. Basically what I did first, and this is a little secret that I will let you in on, that there are blogs out there, big ones, that I would follow. And then on every blog post that they have a little disclosure on there, right? And that usually will say who the post is sponsored by. And I found out a lot of my contacts or places to sign up for sponsored posts would be through their little disclosure. And then I would Google it, and then I would find it, and then I would sign up for it, and then start receiving the emails to apply.
Jay's Everyday Fashion, one of the top fashion bloggers in the country, as well as TV personality, model, which I love. I know, and definitely a fashion show host, and has gotten to do some great things as a result of her blog. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you for having me.
So glad you're here.
Jay, you're one of the most successful bloggers that I know personally.
Thank you, Ben.
I'm always thrilled to have you here. And I want to, I guess, start off at the beginning, because you have been very successful, and a lot of that is attributed to affiliate marketing.
It is.
So take us at the very beginning. What is affiliate marketing, and why would it be beneficial for bloggers to engage in that monetization strategy?
So affiliate marketing, the way I like to describe it, is basically anytime you click on something on the internet, somebody somewhere is getting credit for it. And you may not even realize sometimes who sent you there. So if you see something like on a sidebar that sends you to Amazon to purchase something, obviously you know Amazon is making somewhat of a profit from your purchase, but generally someone is also sending you there. And so that is the affiliate marketing. It's kind of the same thing as like if you refer someone to your gym and you get a free month. That is what affiliate marketing basically is. It's just a specific tool that you can use in blogging, and it's that sort of refer a friend.
So it's almost like a small commission that you would get.
It is. Interestingly, not all affiliate marketing is commission based. I usually stay away from that and do more of the PPC, which is pay per click, and it's traffic based. But it's the same idea. You're referring someone there, they're buying or they're not buying, and it's either commission based or some kind of traffic, and just basically like a thank you for sending someone along to something.
And so why would it be great for a blogger to have that as part of their strategy on their website?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. I'm a really big fan of affiliate marketing because it allows you to make income from your blog without ever talking to a company, like one-on-one. So basically, you have the complete freedom to decide to talk about whatever brands or products that you want to. And to me, it just feels very organic, and it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to blog about something certain thing or sell out, or, somebody's telling me I have to say this and I'm saying this is really my opinion, but, someone's watching me. It's like you can really share whatever it is that you want. And just from there, obviously, I think it was interesting for me to make that transition from blogging and not making an income to making an income. And it was difficult at first. I thought this isn't something I should be paid to do for some reason, and it took me a little while, but I really do think it is totally worth it, and it's empowering. And even if it's $100 a month that you can put towards your family's income, I think it's amazing and something you should definitely be paid for your efforts.
So how do you get started in it if somebody wanted to begin in affiliate marketing?
Sure. So I actually just started Googling programs when I first started, and I tried out a bunch of them and then kind of found the one that worked for my blog the best. But there's a ton of different programs out there, and most of them either anybody can sign up immediately, there's no approval process, or it's just a quick, they need to verify you're a real person and you have a website. But you can literally just start Googling different things, and signing up for a bunch of them is what I would recommend, and trying out from there.
And you blog about fashion, so is affiliate marketing geared a lot towards the fashion industry, or is it open to any kind of niche that somebody would blog in?
It is definitely open to any kind of niche, because there are things like Commission Junction, and even Amazon has a great affiliate program. And I mean, you can link to Campbell's Soup on Amazon. You can link to anything. I mean, they literally sell everything. So I think that there's definitely something for everyone. The interesting thing about fashion blogging is that we're already talking about products so much because we're shopping. That's what we do. So it's a little bit easier to kind of fit it in, I feel like, because you're already talking about shopping so much. But really, if you get creative, pretty much anybody, you're going to be able to fit it into your blog somehow.
Well, you were talking about being organic and authentic with what you put down. And really, I think that's what made your blog just stand out so much, is that your voice really does come through. It's very authentic. You're showing the stuff that you love.
Yes.
And it works. It really
Sometimes
does.
even the stuff I don't love, and I'll tell you why. That's part of being authentic too. So
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned earlier that part of affiliate marketing is based on pay per click.
Yes.
So the first thing that came to mind is, what if you're a kind of a newer blogger? Is that a big hurdle to have to overcome if you don't have a lot of traffic on your site, or are there ways that you can still be successful with it?
I think you can definitely still be successful. I think now blogging has come so far in the 4 years that I've been doing it, and you're seeing all these reports now of people making millions of dollars doing it. And it's really easy to look at that and kind of get bogged down and go, well, I'm going to try affiliate marketing, but I only made $20 this month, and should I keep going? And my thing is, knowing that that's possible shouldn't be a deterrent or sort of like that's your goal necessarily, but it's more like that should be amazing knowing that that's possible. And I think you should be super proud of that $20 or that $10 if that's what your traffic is. So I almost think it's also kind of a different way to measure traffic, because interestingly, I'm not really into analytics. I never look at Google Analytics. I like to just kind of I'm more of like a creative, like
let it be.
Yeah, just like let it be. But affiliate marketing is almost like a different kind of marker. So for example, I know I've compared kind of my income to some other bloggers who have a lot more traffic than I do, and I'm actually making more money than they are because of the kinds of things I'm linking to, the kind of content I'm sharing, and then also just that relationship I have with my audience. It really can depend on more than just your traffic. So I say don't even let that be a deterrent at all. Just go out there and do it, and just know what's possible and be proud of whatever it is that you earn.
I love it. There is hope for those of us with not that much traffic. That's great. No, that's good.
So
great advice.
Let's talk about how to do it, actually. So once
Sure.
somebody signs up, what are some best practices that you could share to help make them even more successful than they may be?
Absolutely. I think one of the things is to consider other places besides just your blog. Obviously, your blog is, your home turf. But I use, for example, affiliate links on my Facebook page, and that is a huge portion of my income. You can use them on Twitter. You can use them on Pinterest. And so kind of think outside the box and think of other places. Even I know one popular thing for bloggers to do is to write an article maybe for another website. And if you agree to it with that company in advance, you can even use them on that website. Use an affiliate link there.
Oh, wow.
So it's thinking outside the box of what can I do differently? Where can I put these links? And then also it's thinking about just your content in general. So I definitely don't think I changed anything about my content, but I started to get more creative once I saw like the response and how well the affiliate links were doing on my blog. I started to kind of change the way I did things, and I started adding more links, for example. But what's interesting is that people now give me feedback that that's their favorite thing about my website.
Really?
is the shopping links to get the same look for under $100.
I can
People
see that.
love it, and it's a great
Yeah.
resource for them. So it's funny, I changed a little bit, but I still obviously stayed very true to my voice. But I just started to think about how else can I use these, and what do people want to see? And it really can be a service to people if you use it correctly. So
I'm looking at one of your posts right now,
Yes.
and so you've got, looks like 9 or 8 photographs of different pieces of clothing, and then you've got the links for where you can actually get them
Yes.
afterwards. But all of those links, or some of those links, are affiliates. So
Yes.
if I'm just interested in this thing from Macy's, I click, and
Yes.
that's
So
a little bit towards your
yeah, it's
piggy
like
bank.
a penny or two. So, but thank you, Ben.
I just owed you a penny.
Absolutely. So yes, I'll either link to the exact item. On my blog, I use a ton of old items that I've had for years and years, but I'll link to similar items sometimes. And not all of them are, like if it's from a small boutique or something, then obviously I just link directly to that. But what's great about the program I use and many other affiliate programs is that every store you could ever want is in there. So that's why I say it feels really organic, because everything I could ever want to link to, I can link to.
You can find it.
Yeah, so it's great.
So I have a question for
Yes.
you. Your blog is beautiful. Your posts
you.
are beautiful. I love the pictures of you. You said you've mastered the pose of having it done.
I just try to get it done, to
It's
be honest.
incredible. But how long does it take you to do a typical blog post? Like,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, because that's a lot of work. People might think blogging's easy, but the amount of work, and it shows in the quality of your posts. How long would a typical blog post to compile the links, do the photographs, all of that take you? How many hours?
I mean, one blog post alone could be a good 8-hour chunk
Right.
between. I usually do all the photos at one time, but then you have to, the day of, I edit, do all the links, find all the details of how much I paid for it, which takes forever. So it's at least 4 hours a post in like a good day, and can go up to 8. So it's a lot.
So, quickly,
Yes.
you're engaged to be married. Congratulations.
Thank
You are actually blogging about your wedding to some degree.
To some degree, yes. So I actually had a couple companies reach out, mostly locally, about working together. And so we're doing a little bit of trade, which is really exciting. And just in general, I can't wait to share the whole journey with everyone. It's a fun topic. People love reading about this
Well,
stuff.
I know you already blogged about the potential of your wedding dress. You had several
Yes, wedding dress
samples.
shopping.
Cannot
what I tried
wait cannot wait to see the pictures of the real day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jay, where can we find you online?
Jay'sEverydayFashion.com.
And we've actually got a blog tip coming from Jay's Facebook page. If you take a look, she does something interesting with the links to your actual blog post. So let's take a look. So Jay's Everyday Fashion has grown to over 84,000 Facebook likes, and she converts them into website visits in a very clever way. She puts her link at the very top. It's the first thing you see. So as you scroll down, there we go, link, link, link. Even when she writes about a post, she still has the link included. So the links are one of the main things that get people to click over to her website. So the next time you have a Facebook post, try putting the link first thing and then writing the rest of your post. See if it ups your engagement on Facebook.
So great to have Jay with us today.
Oh, she's wonderful.
But we're wrapping up our show, and we're going to end with one of my favorite segments, Show and Tell. I love Show and Tell, where we highlight blog posts, apps, tech gear, and anything else that's really fun and cool that we want you to know about. So if you have a suggestion, let us know. Send us an email to bess@flblogcon.com, or you can tweet us at BlogTalkTV. But Bess, what do you have for us today?
Mine's actually not fun and cool. Mine is a dire warning. So, Orlando City Soccer, Major League Soccer team down in Florida, they are a new team, so they have new social media, all of that, and they illustrated one of the dangers of automating tweets. So they automated seemed like a harmless tweet. It was a holiday weekend, they automated it, and it went out on Sunday, and it said, how do you get your wife to a soccer game? You buy her her own jersey. Which seems very innocent enough. Well, Twitter erupted with that sexist, can't girls like soccer all on their own? And I mean, it was tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet of really angry fans. Even ESPN was jumping in on it, some of the soccer analysts from ESPN. It was The problem was not that it was ever tweeted. You can tweet things and, say, hey, I'm sorry, we didn't mean it to come across that way. The problem was it had been automated, or it appeared to be automated, and nobody was monitoring the backlash.
So the firestorm was erupting.
So the countdown began with 30 minutes. Nobody has answered. An hour later, nobody has answered. It was about an hour and a half before they caught it, and of course took the tweet down and responded with a very sincere thank you, which was appreciated. It was well received, and I don't think there was any long-term damage done. I think there's still plenty of Orlando City soccer fans. Just, it illustrates the danger of automating. So if you automate those tweets, make sure you also monitor.
Yeah, set an alarm on your phone to say, oh, the tweet went out, just in case.
So on from something bad, tell us something good.
Well, in honor of Jay, I brought a fashion accessory that I always have by my side.
Love it.
This is called a Scotty vest.
Scotty vest.
I affectionately call it my nerd vest because it has 22 different pockets in it. So there's 2 pockets here, right, that you can put cables and things. Then there's a pocket on the inside for sunglasses with a lens wiper.
Oh, cool.
And you can put one for your camera. You can fit an iPad in this pocket in here all the way down. But it's great because if you're going to a blogging event and you want to carry a camera, you want to carry your charger, you want to carry an iPad, you want to carry these things. If you don't want to have a backpack with you,
right,
this really carries everything that you need, and it's balanced out, and it doesn't look so bad. It's a little
great.
nerdy. It looks like a nice vest, and it's great for traveling.
Well, Ben, anything looks good on you. So,
well, thank you very
you did
much.
travel recently. Did you take this with you?
I did take this particular vest with me, and I've actually gone on a one-night trip where I carried 0 baggage, and I just carried everything on me because there's actually a zipper in the back. I don't know if you can see, but it goes all the way down here, and you can fit clothes.
All right, you sold me. I'm not sure that's my color, though.
So that's my nerd vest. They make it men's and women's, so Scotty vest is where I found it.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in to this week's episode. Again, I'm Bess Auer. You can find me at gottagetblogging.com.
And I'm Ben Reed. You can find me at orlandowaterhole.com.
So we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye. I like that. That works well.